Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master. My name is Anthony Reed. This is episode 64, and it is part of the Shadows of Death story arc. Boy, what can I say, aside from if you're not a patron at patreon.com/adventureinc, become a patron at patreon.com/adventureinc. Get the RSS feed. Every regular episode goes up there. Every bonus episode goes up there. That way, if you're at the $5 level, you're getting the bonus episodes. Well, wouldn't you know it? There you go. Bing, bang, boom. It's all in the same place, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's one place. It's easy. It's simple. God, this is so easy. How come you always got to make it so complicated? Just go to Adventuring Pod. Nope. Well, yeah, you can go there. I mean, go to adventuringpod.com. There's some cool stuff there also. But, look, you've gotten me so worked up now. I just don't even... Patreon.com/adventuring. You know what I mean? Just... I'm not gonna... I've blamed you, and it's not your fault. I don't even know... You know, you are many people all at once, and it's not your fault. It's mine. This was all on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. But I do have this. It's a bonusly lengthed episode. Bonusly length is not words. It's very long. This is a long episode. So I'm just gonna... clearly I'm having some trouble with my mouth. So I'm just gonna come over here and sit in the corner. Let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellery, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard. He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's like super wrong. We love Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated.
I just first want to say sorry.
For which thing?
For what I'm about to do.
No, so I feel like we were doing a thing with a different demon, and then we forced an eclipse and another demon situation.
I'll do what I want.
I don't think I think the minute he brought up the twins were on the menu. I think that was sort of the deal. I don't think that's on us.
Yeah, I'll do what I want. I know what I'm doing. You're fine.
What else were we doing?
I do what I want.
Nosferatu? Because we were talking about...
No, sword guy.
We were, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Huh.
Did you say I heard about him or I forgot about him?
I heard about him.
Because I think I heard about him is funnier. Because
That's,
oh yeah, I've heard
whatever.
about him.
That's why I mumbled it, so you could just insert whichever was funnier.
Got it.
That's how all my jokes are. You think I say things, and it's like, oh, that was funny.
Ha ha ha! I did do that joke.
Again, do people feel like there's still more to squeeze from this, or do we want to move on?
The only thing is, it might make sense to just be like, what did we do over these past few days? But otherwise, skip ahead.
No, I mean, so I'm saying we're gonna skip to later that night.
Sure.
Oh, that's totally fine. I thought you were talking about on the road to the red-eyed farmer.
No.
Several years have
later
passed.
that night.
Oh, thank God.
I just mean
I'm glad
this
we solved
conversation.
That demon problem.
Yeah. Let's go have a beach vacation.
Belroth died off camera.
Crazy few years, huh?
Belroth's dead.
Yeah, I'm glad Darren worked out all that shit with his parents off camera.
And they have a great relationship now.
And I love our new companion, Squampy.
Oh, Squampy.
Classic Squampy.
Classic Squampy.
Hey guys!
Careful, Rob. You pimp yourself into Swampy.
I
It's
said
hard coming
Belroth
back.
died, so I'm gonna be Swampy.
Hi.
It's very I hate Squampy.
I'm a barbarian.
All right.
My name's Squampy.
Muppet. It's like a
The
Muppet
thing
D&D
people-
show. It's fucking.
The thing I always say about Squampy is better in his eyes than in your mouth. You know.
That's like the worst grandma says that we've ever had.
It was so funny watching your face as you were saying it, because I think you were like, oh no, I've released the doves. I can't get the doves back. Like,
I've started down this road.
Yeah. I'll never get that
My
back.
favorite Steph face is the look of resignation when she realizes it's too late. Like, she still feels like she can control the car at better in your eyes than, and then at that point she just shakes her head and
oh god, what do I
exasperatedly
say? What do I
says,
say?
"Thin in your mouth."
In your butt? No.
Yeah.
In your mouth? Yes.
I would have
mouth.
bet. I would have bet good money. It would have been butt.
Butt would have been good too.
That's just.
All right.
Nailed it.
Let's get started.
Comedy gold.
So a few hours later, night has fallen.
Uh-huh.
The camp is largely asleep. And Skarpin's father has excused himself to go off to bed. Skarpin's mother has brought you about 8 teas. And you even at one point had a sighting of your brother in passing as he went out.
My arm! Oh,
Yeah.
ow.
It's all bound up and like
Steph, you made him sound like he was like an emo frontman.
All right,
I was
fine.
just trying to sound like slightly younger Skarpin.
If no one's gonna
whinier.
pick this night up, I guess Deeran does it.
no one's gonna what?
Pick the night up. I guess Deeran does it. He does his best. He's not
Has
super
fallen.
strong.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
all the night holders are just like holding it, and Darren's.
Help him up, man.
Let me
Come
introduce
on.
you to the night that we hold.
Swampy.
It's me. I'm a knight now.
It's gonna make no sense.
Oh yeah.
We hadn't gotten started at that point.
You gotta put a stinger in, bud. You gotta do it.
No, you don't.
All right.
Yeah.
Let the mystery
so-
hang.
So what are you guys doing at this? You're still on the edges of this little town that's built up around the basilica, though it's largely quiet at night. You've got this small turtle settlement traveling, I guess, an unsettlement behind you. And so what are you guys doing before you go to sleep or as part of that?
Skarpin wants to chat with his mom at some point, but wants to do it after something else happens.
What if you don't get a chance after something else happens?
Oh gosh.
I will be happy for the person involved in the other thing.
Bell.
This is. It feels like you think, like, it almost seems like you're like, hey, I know what's happening, and so I'm hinting at it, but you have no fucking idea.
Go on.
And then what?
Belroth would probably go visit Amelia if that's possible.
Yeah, after
Okay.
that.
Deeran, what are you going to be doing?
I guess I'll hang out with Ellery. If Belroth
Right.
is going to Amelia and Skarpin's hanging out with his mom.
Deeran doesn't want to be third wheel.
Yeah.
In both cases.
Right.
So the two of you then, we'll focus on that for a minute. What's happening with the two of you as these two have dispersed?
Deeran.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You have an idea.
Both. I like that you both said Deeran.
Deeran, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Is there a reason that you don't ever want to talk about your family?
Yeah, it's like super weird.
Is it something that you don't ever want me to ask about or bring up, and I'll just leave it?
No, like it feels really nice that you ask, but like I don't super have a lot of like way to talk about it without sounding crappy.
Do you mean crappy like you're being mean, or you're being whiny, or you're being
ungrateful, or like, you know, because like, right, so my parents they're pretty well regarded with the Black Scale, right? And so like they've got tenure, and Deeran looks around for Belroth, sees that he's not there, and is like, you know, like all of their projects have always been funded and led to like a lot of like a cash infusion to the Black Scale, and so like they received like a lot of rewards and accolades and sometimes bonuses because of that. And so like,
hey Deeran,
yeah,
two things.
Yeah.
If you ever want to talk about your parents with someone who doesn't care at all about the Black Scale or know anyone involved, that's me. Second of all, it's okay that you grew up rich. You can still have had a difficult childhood.
Well, sure, but like, I mean, if you ask them about it, right, like they just did everything they could to like make sure I had all the opportunity that I could have, and then like I didn't live up to it. You know what I mean?
Their expectations and what their perspective is on what they gave to you is can be true for them, and what you want might be different, and that's also true for you.
Well, that's what I tried to say, and then, you know, I'm glad you're on my side about this whole thing, but like they're not.
Oh, I'm just saying, if you ever want to talk about your parents, I'm not going to tell them. So if you ever need someone to, you know, open up or anything.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Ellery. Yeah. It's just, you know, it's hard. It's hard and weird. And like everybody else has like these really great relationships with their families, and like everybody's always happy to see them. And I know that like eventually one day when I go see my family, it's going to feel different, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I can be cold and standoffish if you want. Will that make you feel better?
To me?
No, to your parents.
Oh, well, you know, no,
like, I'll still be respectful. You can't take that out of me, but
no, I don't know that would make me feel better. But I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, you just let me know, okay? Yeah. Anything you need. But it's nice to have a little bit of insight. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for listening and like not being like, well, but you grew up rich, so that's cool. Like you had a boat. You know what I mean?
You had a boat?
Oh, yeah. But
that
like,
sounds amazing.
It was pretty cool.
The boat part. I don't mean all the other stuff that clearly is still troubling you now as an adult.
Yeah. I was actually kind of hoping we could talk about the demon stuff, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
No, it like Also appreciate you checking in on me, but like I feel like that's the pressing
Yes,
thing, right? Like
definitely.
If we're 4 days away from
Fighting the twins.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like that other guy was so super fast, and he's still out there.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
It'll pop over to Belroth. So Belroth, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What?
They're called dice, Rob. It's a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Sometimes you have to roll them.
Wisdom saving throw 16.
You got a 1 in 20 chance.
Okay. You go toward the temple that Amelia is in. And you get up from the fire, you go to walk that way. You're just walking in that direction, then all of a sudden you look up and realize you are nowhere near that temple. You've walked clear to the other side of town in the wrong direction.
Huh.
And you look around yourself for a moment, and then a figure steps from behind a building. They are tall, all in black, and the white gleaming skull under the hood is visible,
Oh boy.
as well as the two gleaming blades at his arms. I have come to talk to you.
Talk to me?
I wish to make a bargain.
I'm listening.
I know that you and your companions hunt my siblings and I. I do not wish to return to the pit. This land is sweet with death. I can smell it and taste it all around me. It sustains me. And it is not even death that I create. There is so much just here. And so, I would offer you this deal. Ignore me, and I allow you to ignore me. Let me be, and I will not lend my aid to the Empress. I am the one she cannot touch. I am the one she holds no sway over. You will not have to worry about me, and I will be left alone.
It seems like you only benefit from this. I don't think we're getting much from this at all, in fact. Because, let's be frank, if we're successful and send you back to the pit, we also don't have to worry about you. So if you want to bargain with us, bargain with us.
And if you are unsuccessful, and he raises one of his blades, he just leaves that hanging.
And if we are unsuccessful, you still get more from the bargain. So, I cannot stress to you, you have not offered us anything.
Then what would you like?
Would you kill one of your own?
I cannot. It is not that I wouldn't. It is that I cannot. For while there are things that free me, there are things that bind us all.
Let me consider this. I'm not saying no. I don't think I'm in a position, if you can make me appear here, to hide things from you, sadly. But I do wish to not make this decision on my own. And I do think that we would have to get something pretty big to take you off of our list. And I do mean pretty substantial. And we'll make that offer.
I can free my grip from her. I can free my grip from her. I can feel her now, lying in that bed, slowly dying while they try to keep her alive. My tendrils reach further and further in. I will let go of her, and I will let go of you.
As much as I wish to make a deal for her life, I do not trust you. I don't know if that is enough.
Know this. This I will give you for free. My kind are bound to our word. You cannot trust that we will not find ways to circumvent when we have the upper hand. I do not have that luxury. I think you are aware that you and your companions hurt me more than I expected. I am aware that you killed one of ours already. I am not the only one aware of this, but I am likely the only one who can tell the Empress no.
And why is that? I understand that you are bound by your word, and you cannot harm your own kind. What would give you the ability to not harm her, or rather not heed her call, rather?
The agreement that we made to follow her was done with each of us individually. She has my cooperation. She does not have my allegiance. She did not need it. I had no other options. As you can see, my options have increased. The others are not as shrewd in their deal-making with her as I was.
Find me in 2 days, and I will have an answer, yes or no.
I cannot do that.
Then how much time can you give me?
You may go back. You may speak with your friends. But one of my siblings comes, and I cannot be here when they arrive.
I'll speak with you again before the night is over.
You will.
Belroth, starts walking away from him, but not looking at him. Belroth's trying to act cool, but he doesn't know how to walk backwards without looking like an idiot. You know what I mean?
He stands completely motionless in the spot that he's in.
He eventually turns around and keeps going. Freya's, I assume, is Freya with me?
I don't know. That's
I
up
would
to
assume
you.
no,
If you think
because
Freya,
if he has...
I would assume not also, because I would have assumed Freya would just have been sitting by the fire and you were just going to the temple that was literally right there. And then you weren't.
Yeah. So Belroth returns to the fire.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know. What if we have to face both of them at the same time? You know what I mean?
I feel like we're going to have to learn to maybe work together even better than we already have been to, boost each other and make ourselves better than we already are.
Yeah, we just got to be careful, in the dreamscape, like, me and Wesley were pretty tricky, and we, what if they're doing that to us now?
Then I guess we have to get Tricky back.
So I think Belroth walks up
Yeah.
on Deeran and...
We have
Deeran points, and he's like, I thought you were going...
We have a situation.
Yeah, we got a lot of situations. We're facing twins and we don't even know how to be tricky.
No. We have another situation.
Oh boy.
I came from my mom anywhere. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
no, hold on.
do you want to handle that conversation or this conversation?
I finish this give me an out on this one and we'll jump to that one.
I was gonna be at the fire.
No, I don't want that. Hold on.
All right. The soul leader is here.
The soul leader.
So, Skarpin. Right? So you walk into your mother's tent. Your father's asleep. He's snoring loudly. Too much stew. And your brother is in the back as well, trying to rest. He's all bandaged up. She's pouring him his undoubtedly 15th cup of tea. And she sees you and she says, "Oh, Skarpin, come have a seat."
Hey, Mom. Thank you for all the tea all day. It's been very good.
Oh, how's it looking? And she grabs the living part of your face and turns your head and is looking. She goes I will have to travel into your dreams tonight and see what I can do.
It's funny you should mention my dreams. It was one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. So it's ever since this happened.
And he points to the dead side of his face.
I kind of stopped dreaming without using magic.
The look of horror that comes across your mother's face, it is instantaneous. She tries to hide it, right? But it's you've seen just the instant reaction she had to that, and she says, You don't dream at all,
Mom. If I knew that this was possible, I never would have left. I didn't know, but
Skarpin, of course it was possible.
Oh,
This and so much more.
I didn't know, Mom. But when I can enter the dreamscape, I can walk the dream realm with magic and doing it that way is just not. When I fall asleep, there's just nothing. There was one time there was a glimmer. I was talking with a dragon, and I was watching a lot of things that other people were doing, and I had a glimpse of a dream. But other than that, nothing.
Maybe you shouldn't. If you can't dream on your own, maybe you shouldn't be using magic to walk the dream.
Mom, I don't say that. It's important. I need to do that. It's already helped us.
But what if you're hurting it?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're not supposed to be dreaming and then you force yourself to dream, you walk in that place with this. What if you're dragging this in there with you?
But it's important. I have to. I'm a night holder. this is what we do. I can't not enter the...
People's dreams aren't tools, Skarpin. They don't help you. We help them.
I know, Mom. But I am helping people. We're saving the world. I mean,
what's the cost for that?
I don't know. But I think it's good. I think I need to do it.
She pulls back the kettle of tea. She moves it away from you.
Yeah. No, well, we could probably talk about it in the morning, right? I guess maybe now is as good a time as any. You always, when I was younger, I kind of spied on the elders, and you were talking about coming here and reporting on gathering information about something important, and I never found out what it was. When I left, I kind of gave up that right, but I was hoping that you could kind of tell me a little bit more about that.
She looks at you in your dead eye. And she says, I want nothing more than that, Skarpin, but I don't know I don't know if I'm only talking to you. And I don't know if you know if I'm only talking to you.
It's just me. This is physical. There's nothing more going on. It just happens. It's an effect of the world, of the Deadlands.
But you're not dreaming.
No.
So, how do you know what you have riding in your mind? I went too Ellery there. What do you know? How do you know you don't have something riding in your mind?
Do you really think that could be happening, right?
I look at you, Skarpin, and I'm scared. Because I don't see just my boy.
No, don't say that, Mom.
Oh, you're in there. I see you too. But there's something else, something dark attached to you. And I don't know how to deal with that.
There was, all of us within Tessa, they did say most of us, I guess not Deeran, but that we were kind of infused with the deep magics, and Shadow was one of the ones that I am steeped with. I really hope that there's no shadow, like the Shadow Lord, that can't be good if that's in me.
And Skarpin kind of is looking down, he hadn't really connected those dots and doesn't like it.
They say that when shadow touches someone, it does not leave pieces of that person. It replaces them with shadow itself. If what this is on you is shadow, I worry what that means. That so much of you could already be gone.
It's still me though. It's not gonna replace me. I won't let that happen, Mom.
Can you be so sure?
Yeah, I want to be. Maybe you could help me and Dad, and yeah, I didn't mean to leave and have this happen, Mom.
Well, then stay. And we will solve it. Somehow, we'll find a way. You cannot know the things we seek, even though you are of age. But maybe we can find a way to fix this problem. Maybe we can drive back this shadow. Make you whole again.
I want to. A big part of me does want to stay, Mom. But I can't. We have big things that we need to do, and it's important, and we're helping people. But I'll come back. I will. This won't be the last time we gather here and we celebrate and tell stories. Okay.
I just hope that the Skarpin comes back. Who comes back? He's the Skarpin I remember.
Me too, Mom. I love you.
I love you too. She seems like almost like she has. You can see that there's something else to that she like wants to say, but she just doesn't.
Mm-hmm. And Skarpin just hugs her and lets the silence sit, and then smiles at her and leaves.
As you step out of the tent after some time, you see your friends around the fire.
He ghosts them.
So
he ghosts them?
Is she
that what you said?
us?
Is that funny if I said that?
He's just like, peace.
My friends. Bye.
He goes over and sees them talking earnestly.
So it's here, and it wants to make a deal.
You told him no, right?
I told him if there was to be a deal, it would have to be a huge price, but also that we are correct in that the twins are on their way, or one of his siblings. I assume it's the twins.
What does he want?
He wants, in his own words, to be left alone, and in exchange, he will not heed the call of the Princess of Darkness when she calls, and not aid them. He wants to stay here because he likes the amount of death that there is here, even when he's doing nothing. So I think that's a pretty big price, but it's not big enough for us to ignore a demon.
Yeah, and like... So... He's afraid of us?
He is.
That's what I was going to say.
us.
I feel like it's really scary that he's here at all, but also it's kind of cool that he's here.
Right. So,
in saying that he wants to make a deal if we don't hurt him, because that means he thinks we can hurt him.
The one thing I asked if he could do is harm his own kind, which he cannot, because that would have been great. That would have been excellent to have like a weapon, because he is strong. And if he died in the process, oh well. But he can't harm his own kind, so that's off the table.
All right, and so he doesn't want to go back to the pit. Did you ask why?
He likes it here. That was his answer. He says all the death here.
Well, sure, but like,
and I assume the pit
means
sucks.
that like
that's all like.
Well, right, and like. That feels like really important for us, right? Because remember, they said that like the demons that die here, like, get sent back to the pit. But then if we want to kill the demons forever, we would have to go to the pit to do that. And so, like, it could have been an opportunity to like get some more info on the pit.
Oh, I
Listen,
was kind of scared and distracted.
Yeah, man, I get it. Like, I've seen that guy. It's super scary.
The other thing he offered is release me and Amelia from his control, which I guess he still has.
Yeah, because like I thought you were going that way, and Deeran points to the right to go.
I was going that way,
and then you came
I
up
was...
from over there. Deeran points to the left. So like,
Yep.
Did you do a loop? Did you miss camp or like?
No idea. Blacked out. Woke up in front of the Soul Eater, and he wasn't. And then I turned around and had a whole conversation with him.
Yikes!
Wow.
So here's my things. I say if we wish to leave him alone, he has to agree to 3 things. And hear me out. 1, for as long as he is on this, I guess, plane of existence, no touched can be harmed again. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
2, he has to free us and never use that ability on any of the touched again, for as long as he remains on this plane of existence. And when the Princess of Darkness calls, ignore her call. That feels like pretty big. That feels like, hey, if you want to hang out here around all the death that naturally happens all of the time, you can't participate.
Those are all good things.
Yeah, but
I mean, if he wants to go kill animals, and it stinks, but it's one way to mitigate the cost.
yeah, but then there's like a demon running around, and it's our fault.
Right. It feels kind of like we're doing exactly the opposite of what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, Skarpin,
That's
are
why I
you
wish
all
he
right,
could
man?
harm his own.
I'm it's a little shaky. I'm trying to.
I feel like it
follow
was
this.
just you, like the rules, like it didn't fit me. But like,
Yeah.
you know,
I wonder if we can make a deal and then go back on the deal.
all right, that feels more like you. All right, I see. Okay, now I'm on board with you again. Now I know you're you.
There we go. Because we don't have Belroth. You said they have to honor their word. We don't. Especially to
Well,
demons.
They're bound by their word, but again, I'm going to assume that if they're bound by their word and you make a contract with them and then you don't keep your end of the contract, they don't keep their end of the contract. So that feels.
Oh, you think that if we went back on our side, he'd just like Amelia and
yeah.
you?
If we said, "Hey, don't harm anyone," and then we harm him, he's like, "Well, deal's off," and then he flips us off with his 2 blade arms, and that's,
I'm just picturing like holds him upside down, like backwards toward him.
Yeah. No, I feel like you're right.
Maybe he could like coach us, not directly harm his siblings, but coach us and try how to destroy them, and then say, "Whoa, we won't destroy you after."
or
Or and
All right,
that's not a terrible idea if we want to figure out how to harm the twins. But we can't let him go forever. We can't let a demon run around.
yeah, man. Like I don't
that's the
understand.
thing.
But then also, right? Like remember we went through this whole thing where if we messed up, we died. When Ellery got her magic special voice, that like was basically like, "Hey, man, don't use destructive means to like figure out this demon problem." And so like maybe this is an opportunity to like do that, but also then we're leaving a demon alive. I don't know,
Well,
man.
I mean, I understand, Deeran. I mean, a question I have continuously asked when we get into these situations is how much of, not necessarily the demons, but the force of destruction is supposed to exist in this world. Because the world can't constantly create, because then there has to be some form of balance, right? Am I wrong in that assumption?
oh, you're right.
Things do die. The world does cycle over. The world is, creation and destruction are just 2 methods of the world perpetuating healthy in a healthy way.
Yeah,
But it is a demon.
Right.
So
like, I feel like
that's where I am.
I feel like we're
I'm like,
talking a lot about like, you know, the world and stuff, but then like these guys aren't even from here, are they?
He's not even from here.
He doesn't even go here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I guess here's my thought.
And I guess, well, yeah, like I guess, because now I'm thinking about like back, remember, they kind of do go here because like Caliesto put him here or whatever.
Well, sure, but I was gonna say, if he's promising to heal you and Amelia, there's got to be a way to do it without making a deal with him, right? That means that it's healable.
I assume it would be kill him. Right?
I suppose.
He would
Yeah,
lose
no, I
his grip
guess.
on us.
That's good news. That's great news.
That was my assumption. I could be wrong. That would be terrible if he's in the pit and still has control over us.
Yes. That
That seems like a thing that I wish I hadn't said, because some sort of cosmic force now wants that to be true. God, I'm an idiot.
It's
Rob
funny,
the player is an idiot.
It's funny that you think you need to say things like that.
No, Rob, because remember Anthony made a big show of calling out the players for being morons, like last time when we were like, oh, maybe it's not that, maybe like if you kill the thing in charge, all done. And he was like, just remember, everyone listening to this show, the players are morons. They're stupider than you are. They're stupider than everyone is. I can't believe how stupid they are.
That's slightly
Exactly what-
paraphrased,
yeah.
but mostly accurate.
Well, if they, I don't know, describe or agree to the deals of no one of the touched harmed again for as long as you remain on this plane, and free us and all of those under your control and never use that ability again for as long as you remain, and also ignore the call. Have we not pacified the threat mostly?
Yeah, from the Soul Eater, yeah. That's, I mean, taking them out of the equation and just letting them enjoy the death of the world. That seems fine.
And like, all right, so this is a guy that like loves
killing.
the death part of this place, right?
Right?
Skarpin, what's your body count at? Like,
Whoa, that's very rude to ask some. Wait, what are we talking
No,
about?
it's fine. It's fine, Belroth.
murder.
I lost count, but it's in the 33,000s or so.
I'm sorry, what?
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 Skarpin, how?
Are you including small animals in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's
Never
good.
thought about how
That
many
was- yeah.
how many chickens I've eaten before. I've never kept
yeah.
count.
I guess. Yeah, I could probably.
Oh wow.
I guess I would put myself up pretty high too. Then, like, what if I didn't do? Like,
I didn't like that laugh. I didn't like it.
I guess, are you including stuff that you might not have personally killed, but like you had a hand in it, like you paid money for like a sandwich that had meat in it? You know, like you didn't do the killing, but you supported the industry. You know what I mean? Because like, if
Right.
so, then
That
like,
too.
yeah. I guess my point was that like he may see value in our work, like continuing, so we might be able to get some of that like guidance that Skarpin was mentioning, right? If we position that right about.
So add a fourth clause, and you give us advice on how to kill your siblings and princess.
Well, maybe we don't say it like that. Maybe we say, you know,
Further satiate your lust for death.
oh, that's good, Skarpin.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, well then he's just gonna give us extreme details on how to kill a squirrel, and I don't really
Well, I feel like
need that in my
He's not
life.
fat.
I feel like, yeah.
Oh sure. Wait, Faye kills
They're just
squirrels?
real weird with deals.
Oh?
I mean, I'm going to trust Skarpin.
Yeah.
You heard his dad and knows all about him.
Belroth, if they will agree to the 4 clauses, that'd be great.
How to bring... Yeah, and weaknesses and advice on how to make your siblings return to the pit.
Belroth, I can't believe you're writing all this down. You're such a nerd.
Well, I feel like I'm entering a legal contract, so I want to make
I
sure.
think it's great.
He said specifically they said specifically they keep to their word, and that they will try and circumvent it within the word. So they will try and circumvent it the best they can, but they keep to it. So I want to be specific, so that they can't circumvent it.
Yeah, I think that's really smart.
Checks out.
Thank you,
I just
Deeran.
can't believe we're entering into a deal with a demon.
If Belroth closes the book. If we do not want to do this, we do not have to do this. If we are morally opposed to doing this, we all have to be on board, or none of us are on board. I truly believe that, because this is more than morally correct.
We should do it.
If
Oh, sorry. I thought we were voting.
I wasn't.
Sounded like he was calling for a vote. What?
Ellery, how do you feel?
I feel a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little flattered, and I feel a little nervous, and I feel a little guilty that, maybe we're just letting the Soul Eater loose on everything in this world and not doing the job that we were meant to do. But I do feel like it'll make for a pretty cool story.
Yeah, I feel like
There's
we
that.
don't have the ability to make this decision. I feel like we're not the bosses of the world. And I feel
I don't know if anyone is the boss of the world.
we have a boss. It's not us, for sure.
So
Well,
You
I guess
know,
actually, let
Dear-
me clarify something. If we take this deal and do nothing, then the world technically doesn't change for like 99.99999% of the people, right? Besides us that are fighting demons and all that. Is that true?
Well, I mean, there's a demon out there.
Yes, and there has been 7 demons out there.
Well, sure. I guess from like right now, it doesn't change anything except that we can't kill this one.
Yet.
What?
We can't kill it yet. I still think at the
Skarpin's
end.
still talking about reneging on the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can add a 5th clause that says if they wish to rescind agreeing to these, they must challenge us to combat. That we agree. No, I don't want to put that clause in. That feels dangerous.
We choose the
Yeah.
That
weapons.
feels very
And
dangerous.
that's a scary thought.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I plan on getting old one day, And I don't know if demons do that.
But he is, admittedly, was surprised at how strong we were.
Yeah,
and
but
it
once
was
I'm
scared of
old,
our
I'll be
force.
weak and, like, my fingers won't work right. And maybe I won't be
No.
able to cast as good a magic,
True.
And so, like, what if I'm not enough one day when he decides to try to kill us?
I have an idea. Now hear me out.
What's your idea? Okay.
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 Everyone take out a coin
Okay.
What?
and we're each going to flip it.
Oh, boy.
If it's heads, we take the deal. If it's tails, we don't take the deal.
So everyone has to be heads?
Everyone then we'll know truly inside, because that's the thing about flipping a coin, right? Is that you flip the coin and you're like, oh, okay, do I want to get a chocolate chip cookie, or do I want to get a peanut butter cookie? And you say, oh, I can't decide, I don't really know. So you flip the coin and it lands on chocolate cookie, and you're like, oh, I wish it had landed on peanut butter cookie. Then you know your answer. You know that you really want a peanut butter cookie. So I feel like those of us who are conflicted and torn, if we flip the coin, if we're truly torn, if we flip the coin and it says take the deal, that's our vote. We can feel fine with that. But if we flip the coin and it says take the deal and we're like, oh, I really wanted it to say don't take the deal, then you know your heart.
Ellery.
I'm so on board with this.
I feel... no. Ellery, I feel like you maybe crystallized my decision, which is that if you're not sure you want to do something, you don't want to do something.
I don't know if that's true.
I think it's true for me.
My grandma
Now
always says you never really know what you want to do unless you flip a coin.
What do you have to say to that?
I don't know. Guess I'll flip this coin then. It's heads.
Heads.
Can someone lend me a coin?
How do you feel about that, Belroth?
Still conflicted.
So you knew all along.
If these are all, what did you roll? What did you flip, Deeran?
Mine was tails.
Mine was tails too.
All right, 2 versus 2. How do you...
Freya maybe should flip a coin.
Well, and like,
Did you do that?
I'm still feeling conflicted. I don't know if no is the right choice.
I'm stuck on no because I was truly conflicted, so I'm gonna stick with my guns unless everyone else says yes, in which case that's fine.
So Ellery is either way is fine by me. Deeran is
Neither
I
way
feel
is
like
fine
I should say
by
no.
me. Yeah, neither
No,
way.
Deeran, I feel like you think you should say no, but it's a good deal if he agrees to every single thing on here.
But like, it's not our deal to make. Like, if I don't know if like the Kings were like, if they made it, then I'd be like, oh sure, yeah, I totally understand why the Kings made that deal. Like,
Hey.
that all makes sense.
Actually, that brings up a good point. You went and visited Amelia. Is she up for having a conversation?
I haven't even gotten there. I tried to go visit her, and then this
I
happened.
feel like maybe she should have a vote in this. It is her life against a demon running loose on the whole land kind of thing.
Yeah, but can we even trust it?
Her
No,
her
'Cause
decision.
She's really infected in
Yeah,
a way
and can we even
more...
no?
But
oh
if she
God,
says
Belroth, I
save
don't
my
wanna,
life no matter what,
I don't want to have to ask this, Belroth. But can we even trust you, man?
you hurt us quite a bit.
Well, and like, who knows? Like, I don't want to sound paranoid, but they could all be out to get us, you know?
Well, you sound paranoid, Deeran.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
That's a very paranoid thing to say.
And
You're not sounding less paranoid, Deeran. Listen, my feeling is that I'm sure a king would belabor this point forever and a council would belabor this point forever, but they're not here and we don't have that time or luxury. And maybe we should make this decision. And I stand by the fact that if we are not all comfortable doing this, then the answer is we don't do it.
And do we just like jump them right there? Is that kind of the other option?
That is also the other play. We could also just go try and murder him.
We say
now.
no.
Oh yeah, you say he's like, do we have a deal? And you're like, and you put your hand out to like shake his hand, and then with your other hand you like take your knife and you smush him in the gut.
That's an excellent plan. My only problem is I'm pretty sure the Soul Eater's hands are knives. So I don't.
Okay.
I think something
So
in that vein
you
is a
got
great
one of 'em-
idea.
You got one of them immobilized. You hold on to that knife. It might hurt a little. You
Are
can
we
make
gonna-
your hands arrows. Even it out a little bit.
you can do
Make
that.
my hands arrows?
Yeah, all you got to do is you got to take a little twine, maybe a little vine to make it look cool and woodsy, and you put your arm out and you put an arrow along your arm so that the pointy bit of the arrow is like extended from your fingertips, and then you tie it's like a bracer, you put it all on the rest of your arm, and then your hands are arrows.
Hey, that'd be cool, Belroth.
I feel like we're getting off track here.
Why?
How?
Final vote. A blind vote. How's that?
Okay.
I hate it.
So nobody knows anything.
Oh my god, I hate it.
Nope. Let him go.
Everyone close their eyes, except for me.
Well, I can't tell if you've closed your eyes or not.
Yeah,
Ellery, close your eyes.
They're closed.
They weren't a second ago. If you are comfortable making this deal, raise your hand. If you are not comfortable making this deal, raise your hand.
I'm raising my hand, but if
just-
everybody else raised their hand for the other one, you can count mine on that too.
Okay, well,
I'm
And
not.
Deeran didn't raise his hand for either.
Deeran didn't raise his hand for either.
Skarpin raised his hand to say he was comfortable. I have to. It's an audio podcast, guys. This is not going to fucking work. Skarpin raised his hand to say he was comfortable. Ellery raised her hand to say she was uncomfortable, but would be willing to change. And Deeran didn't raise his hand.
So the answer then is no.
No, I'm
We're
a
not taking the
conscientious
deal.
objector, man.
That's not part of this.
It is. It's a part of every election. You can abstain if you want to, and I choose
I
to.
didn't elect the king.
Yeah, it's not my choice. You know, at the end of the day, when I go to see,
I didn't vote for you.
yeah, not my deal, man.
Okay, well then I'm not going to make the deal.
I'll
The deal is off.
No, I'll support whatever you decide amongst y'all. But like,
I'm trying to.
It sounds like there was only one real vote.
Then I'm going to go turn around and go back and say no deal.
why?
Why?
Skarpin voted yes, and Ellery said she would go with whatever the group wanted.
Because you voted no.
I didn't
Deeran.
vote no. I voted no. I voted in absentia. I voted. I abstain.
Well,
Sounds
so
very
then fine. I'll
dramatic
go.
when you say it.
I'll go back and try and make
Thank
this
you.
deal with the demon.
Yeah, man.
Are you
it's your
comfortable with this?
It's your
Deeran?
call, man. Just make sure
No,
he knows.
it's not. I came here because it's not my call. I came here because it's our call.
Just make sure he knows that I didn't have any part of it.
I don't want to go over there all huffy and make a deal with a demon because someone won't follow the rules.
By the way, this is like pretty much my whole friendship with Mike in college.
It's the worst. Just make a decision.
I can't decide. Pizza or French
So,
fries.
Deeran, I'm gonna go there, and because that means that you are okay with this.
If that's the decision you guys make, I'll back it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then, if the demon says no to any of these four clauses,
Prioritize
no
them.
deal.
See how many you got to negotiate, Belroth.
no, I feel like all
Oh,
of these need to happen.
No, yeah, no. So that's why you add 2 more clauses.
Oh, right.
Smart.
So
Ellery.
you say okay, 6
Yeah,
clauses,
ask for
and he's
candy
like no,
bars.
3,
Something silly.
and you're like 5, and he's like 4, and you're like deal, and then he feels like he's won.
Like fix your eyesight or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, get LASIK. Wait, LASIK isn't a thing.
Mason.
Sorry.
Masick.
basic. Remember magic.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that witch doctor is smashing you in the face with eyes. That's not. Wait,
No way. I have a friend that it totally worked for, Belroth.
he has a bag of eyes and he hits you in the face with it and
Yeah.
it makes your eyes
A
better. That
bag of
makes no
eyes?
sense
Look,
to me.
man, I don't know the magic behind it. It's blood magic for sure. Like it's sorcery, but like
Okay.
it definitely worked for a friend of mine. He says he sees way better now.
Belroth is going to do this.
Is he?
Are you going alone?
Do you want to all come with me? I feel like you should all come with
I would
me.
love to meet him.
Whoa!
I
Did you just
don't
think
wanna
of that
meet him.
yourself?
Well, I didn't know.
No.
Yeah, I'll come for
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, because we have to fight him. I imagine if we say no.
Oh, that's a terrible joke, Mikey. Sorry.
Which
let's
one?
keep
I won't
going.
delete it.
Okay. Then yeah, Belroth starts leading the way to where he thinks the Soul Eater is.
Okay. So, my favorite part about this is that you're like, I think he's this way, and you start going. You have like you realize as you take a few steps, like you have no idea. But then, as you walk, your eyes glaze over, and you sort of lose time. And for the rest of you, Belroth's gait starts to just like fall into a rhythm. And he doesn't, like, you're like, Belroth? He doesn't respond. If you're like, Belroth? So I don't want to say you did it. I'm saying if you do it, that's what happens. And he walks toward the edge of town.
Well, now we'll never know if we did it or not.
No one will know. Who would know?
Wow.
Who said that?
How would they know?
How would they know? You arrive at the edge of the town, and from a distance you can see the Soul Eater standing there in the darkness. A dark silhouette on the horizon, and as you move closer, he does not move until you are close, and he says, "Have you made a decision?"
His eyes no longer glazed over. He's very disoriented because that's super freaking weird to just like start walking down a alleyway and then just be at the end of the alleyway. Oh my god!
You got like highway hypnosis, but walking.
Yeah, like you ever drive? Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, oh god, I was dissociating that whole 3 hours. Like I didn't even know where I am.
Skarpin elbows Belroth.
Go.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes. We have made a decision. We require 4 things for us to leave you alone. And you have to agree to every single one of them. He opens his book. Number 1, you may not harm any of the touched, the kind that we refer to as the touch, for as long as you stay on this plane of existence. 2, you must free both me, Amelia, and anyone else under your control for as long as you remain on this plane of existence. 3, you must give us advice on how to return your siblings to the pit. When we ask for advice on how to slay them. And 4, you must ignore the call of the Princess of Darkness when she calls.
In exchange, I will be left alone by you and your friends.
Quick clarification. Who do you refer to as our friends? Just the 4 of us?
Probably Freya, too.
And Freya.
I only ask that I speak for you 4 and the creature.
So
when this deal is bound, we will all be bound by it.
What do you mean by bound?
So aggressive.
Yeah, what if you're like a conscientious objector and you didn't vote, and like this is the outcome of
a no vote is still a vote.
Your fate is tied to their fate.
Oh, we did already know that.
When this deal is bound, if you try to break it, the deal itself will stop you. You will be destroyed. That is the nature of a deal such as this. It is a deal of destruction.
Are you going to do something weird? Like kill all the animals and like all the grass and stuff so that like we starve to death and there's nothing that like anyone can do to stop you because of this?
Like technically you still haven't done anything wrong.
That would be incredibly short-sighted.
Okay.
Why would I do that when I could live here forever and feed off the natural cycle?
Yeah, because if you make all things dead all at once, you'd get a tummy ache from eating too much.
Heard?
I love that this is Ellori's go-to.
Yeah.
Each day, you're sick, you're elderly, you're infirmed. Pass away. There is energy there. There is an absence of life as it flows away. There is in its very nature destruction. I will go to these places, observe these passings. Watch death in action until the end of time. You wish me not to harm someone. I do not need to harm someone. You do an excellent job harming each other. You do an excellent job simply dying.
Yeah.
Anthony, I need to call a timeout. Because cosmologically,
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
Mike the player knows from season 1 of Adventure Incorporated that the dead go to the ley line of necromancy and are consumed by the Death Lord.
They
Oops.
Death Lord gonna be mad. Death Lord gonna be mad.
they did.
Oh.
I guess we don't know that.
When that happened, there was a I don't know how much of this is going to make it, right? When that happened, there was a link to the plane of necromancy on the material plane.
Yeah.
There no longer is a link to the plane of necromancy on the material plane.
So I guess we don't know what happens when people die anymore.
Did we close that ley line?
You did close that lane.
Closed everyone.
No.
The pendant
we didn't
acted.
close everyone.
Yeah, you did.
No.
You didn't close like Celestial. That's the only one you guys didn't close.
Oops.
Whoops.
Sounds important.
The pendant was a connection point between the Death Lord and souls.
Right.
Whether or not that is still the case, Mike the player does not know.
Got it.
Cool. We invented the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, tell me when we're back in, because Ellery has an
time
important
back
question.
Time it.
Excuse me, I have a question. I have a question. Do I just ask it? Do I just ask it?
Mr. Eater, she's
Mr.
asking.
Soul Leader.
I was just waiting.
We have a question.
Ellery has a question.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask it.
Yeah.
What happens when someone dies? You say that people die and eat their souls, or what? I assume that's, you didn't actually say that. So
Everyone calls you that. Yeah.
That's just his
yeah.
name.
I'm sorry if that's a.
I don't know if you know this, but everyone calls you the Soul Leader.
I'm sorry if that's.
I don't know if he knows that.
I know you know. I know you don't. And honestly, I don't think he does.
I'm sorry if that's a hurtful nickname. It just feels descriptive. But is there a way that you can maybe explain what does happen, so that we could maybe, if one of us dies before we want that person to, that, we could maybe fix it or something?
I will explain how death works from my understanding.
Cool.
If you make this deal.
I hope to God he just goes, well, at one point
You die.
your heart is beating and then it stops. Stupid.
Did he say? I'm sorry. He said he'd explain it if we make the deal.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what he said.
Hurry up, Belroth.
I mean, he looks around to his group, looking for
Oh, I'm 100%
Any-
on board now.
objections.
Deeran's arms are crossed.
That's as bit much of a yes as we're gonna get. Then you have a deal.
You are all washed over by a sudden energy that grips you. And it holds tight, like you can feel it just press in on you, and then it releases.
You literally
he says-
described the feeling in my chest right now. Oh, God. This.
You are now bound by our bargain. If any of us attempt to undo what has been done here, we will be destroyed. The ones who violate the deal will be destroyed.
Oh, that's much better than what I thought. Okay.
Ellery looks at Skarpin. Can you repeat that one more time a little louder?
Any of you who attempts to violate the deal
Emphasis.
Just staring at Ellery.
will be destroyed by the nature of this binding.
Sounds
And I
good.
now owe you information. I will tell you first what I know of death. And it is this. Death, at its very nature, is an act of destruction. It takes something that is bound and it tears it apart. The body, the consciousness, the spirit, all three of these things are an amalgamation. They are physical, but they are mental, and they are spiritual. And when those bonds break, it is destruction that tears them apart. What happens to those things? I do not know. The body decays. The mind goes dull. And the spirit drifts away. But I know that what separates them in that moment of death, that is pure destruction.
Is that what you feed on?
I do not feed in it, in that if I do not get it, I cease to be. But it is it is what I seek. It is what I am drawn to revel in that destruction. And if it is not destruction that I can rot, as I cannot anymore, lest I break our deal, then it is what I will observe.
I guess, yeah, I have a follow-up question then. I was kind of like under the impression, like that, I don't know, all of y'all were like of destruction, right? So like, if destruction is what you like are drawn to, and you're like from and like made of destruction, like why was the pit so bad?
Why do the Celestials seek prayers? Why do the Fae frolic in this place? Yes, our homes are built of the very stuff we seek here, but when it comes from this place, this combining of worlds, when it comes from you, it is different. The power is fresh. It is clean. It is unchecked. It is like the difference between a fresh snow and a glacier. Are they the same thing? Perhaps. But they are so different.
Kind of like sheep and goats.
Sheep and goats are very similar. They are three pieces, torn asunder on their death.
Oh.
You are as sheep and goats.
Oh.
Well, never mind.
Yeah. We could ask him later.
So is this like all your siblings are looking for too?
Their goals are their own.
So like be around stuff?
The Empress wishes this land to be under her control. Were it up to her, she would have enslaved all of you. Indeed, I think when she believed on her return, that is the world we would step into. That you have offered resistance is worrying to her.
And so the reason that you stepped away from being just a eating souls after people have died kind of demon and into a possessing people's bodies and making them die kind of demon is because you were afraid we were going to try to kill you, right?
I gotta parse that. Hold on.
Just say
Do you
yes,
want me
man.
to restate it?
Just say yes,
No.
man.
Okay.
No. The machinations that we have used to move, to acquire our goals, have always been varied. There were times when I have taken a more proactive role. There are times when I have taken a less proactive role. I thought that if I could lure you into a place and destroy you, it would be my best chance for survival beyond this. I took puppets I needed until I found one that would work. I sent them into the world to bring you to me. And it worked. And you proved stronger than I was expecting. I am glad you have taken this deal because I do believe you could have destroyed me. I think I would have killed 3 of you. But I don't think I could have killed you all.
Which ones?
Ellery raises her hand with her right hand and points to Belroth with her left hand.
Which one? Which one of me? I'm the one that died.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think-
I'm saying. He said I could have killed 3 of you. I'm thinking it was me and you. I don't know about the other one though. Maybe
Coin
Freya.
flip.
I think if we had this fight 1,000 times, 1,000 times, I could kill 3 of you. But I don't think it would always be the same 3.
That's a good answer.
That's a nice
That
compliment.
is a good answer.
Very diplomatic.
It would always be the cat. I would kill that first.
You and my
Just
dad.
because we're in a pact with you doesn't mean I have to like you. No one hurts my cat.
Is there something we can call you that maybe isn't the nickname that, the Soul Eater?
I am death.
What?
I am death.
No, I heard you the first time. I said what? Like, what?
Okay, Death.
Oh.
Is there any, now that we're, in a pact and all, and she gestures her arms like we're all friends, any secrets maybe you want to share about taking out your siblings?
You are due this advice if you ask for it.
Yes. Well, that
As
was
our
part of the
agreement.
pact. Yes.
Oh,
If you ask for this advice, I must give it to you.
that's right. I got so caught up in the what happens after we die part of it.
I like that was the deal maker for Ellery. She was like hard in now.
Yeah.
That one that's the tipping
Information?
point.
I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to write a bang up story about this.
We're slowly turning our world into Terry Pratchett's Mort. Yes, we would wish to have that advice, especially if not first, the siblings of yours that should be arriving shortly.
Yes. You are a day or two away from one of the twins arriving. And then the other will be behind. Their convergence is close at hand. Though I believe they will find their meeting hollow. There is a secret that they do not know. It has been kept from them. The lovers are being punished. They are being punished by the Empress. She has taken their bodies and entombed them in a stone sarcophagus they cannot destroy. They believe that they are alone, yet their bodies lay side by side, a barrier between them. Neither can open the sarcophagus because their own body lies inside, and so too they cannot reach the other. So instead they quest out. They seek minds to control. And when they converge, those minds will not satisfy them as they wish. That does not mean they will not be dangerous together. But it does mean that they will not feel what they hope to feel. They will still be dangerous. You cannot kill what is not there. Their minds are here, in bodies. They are not. If you kill those bodies, you simply kill the vessel. You must find their physical beings to destroy them. But be wary, for when you open that tomb, if they know, if their minds have found you in that place, they will know where the other is. And if their physical forms combine, you do not stand a chance.
Do you know where their bodies are?
The sarcophagus has not moved since it arrived in this place. It lies in the heart of the Demon Isles.
Sounds like we got to go to that moon island.
Or that sun island.
Yeah, but I was just giving some credit to the moon island because I feel like everybody always talks about the sun island. And the moon island's left there holding his brother.
Why?
They are actually one island,
Oh.
separated by a small rivulet of water.
That's. I never got to that part.
That is true. I did keep interrupting him about playing favorites.
Wait, but we can't get to the islands because there's like that barrier.
Barrier, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what the deal is with that? I know it's not part of our deal, so like you don't have to tell us or whatever, but like sure would help.
The Empress erected the barrier, but it is not maintained by her. It is maintained by Temperance. It is she who holds that barrier in place from her new fortress in Morevia. Guarded by the beast and his acolytes. And he looks at Ellery.
She smiles.
Yeah. He nods.
smiling at a demon casually.
Well,
well-
we're friends now.
Yeah.
Well, true. Okay. Well, we have to get back on the Isles.
But to do so, we have to go through Temperance. Temperance being,
Do we?
Well, if there's a
She is-
on the Demon Isles, nobody's really tried that to bypass the boating and all.
you know what?
Yeah, the upright rocks.
Oh,
Oh yeah, maybe that'll do it.
yeah, tall stones.
No, that's one that you can't use one of them.
Oh, tall.
I was trying to change both of the words.
Yep.
Just
No, you're right. You're better at this than me. This is like the songs thing all over again, Ellery.
well, my
okay.
grandma always says if you want to speak in code, you should change every word to a word that's similar.
Her sayings
Fighting
have really,
the moon. Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say her sayings have been kind of off recently.
How dare you?
Well, I just
Kinda rude,
The eye
Belroth.
one was very strange. I'm just saying. That was
Solid
very
advice.
weird.
I mean, it's not all advice. It's just things my grandma says.
Okay.
Fighting the moon is easy.
That sounds like something my grandma would say.
Well, hold on. I bet there's a but.
He is foolish. He is driven by his own anger and hatred. He is strong, and he has many acolytes. His manifestation of power that has clung to this world for so long has given him a leg up when he arrived. But it is fragile. Sending him to the pit will not stop his acolytes. Destroying him in the pit, that will. You will strip them of the destruction they are steeped in.
You know, everybody, like, not everybody, some people keep saying, destroy them in the pit, and that's how to get rid of them forever. And, like, no one tells us how to get to the pit, or, like, how, what to do once you're in the pit to, like, get out of the pit again.
There is a gateway that will take you to the pit. It is the what we opened to pass to this place.
It's also on the Demon Isles. And it's still protected.
Once you are in the pit, there is no getting out. That is the problem of the pit.
That was going to be. So
If you do not maintain the doorway that we opened, there is no other way. We've tried.
So then, here's my question. Your sibling, we sent it back to the pit. What is preventing it from coming up through that door again?
The path of bones. The path of bones is long and arduous. It is both a physical and metaphysical thing. It is a journey, and it is a torture. And it keeps many demons from ever coming close to emerging from the pit. Only those strong enough to walk the path of bones were able to make their way to this place.
So then, if I'm understanding this correctly, all of the demons, when the door was open, that passed through the gate, walked the path of bones with the seven of you, I assume is aided by the Princess of Darkness in some way to make it, less terrible. If all of those that we kill would have to do that again, but alone. if they wish to come
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Okay. So, to review, the twins, to kill them, we have to find their bodies, kill them, physical, to kill, you said Nosferat, yes?
The
or
moon, yes.
The beast, right? Kill him.
Yes, the moon, the beast, both are names that he will go by.
Moon, the beast, okay. Kill him here, not too bad. Kill him in the pit, does everything.
I do not say it will not be bad. It will be bad, just easy.
Okay. On a scale of killing him in the pit to killing him here, it's the lower end of the scale. What about the accuser? Or
Temperance.
Yeah, she's who's holding the gate or the barrier.
Yes. Fighting Temperance is not easy. She will drain from you your will. What will seem like a great difficulty will actually be barely a movement in this world. You must find a way to steel your will against her, to protect that part of you. She is full of tricks. Even if you do this, she will find ways to subvert reality around you. She will bend everything to her will.
so we would just have to bend reality to our will and steal. Okay, that one seems even harder. And then Princess of Darkness.
Well, I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. Is there a way that we can come back to you later, or do we have to get all this now and then that's it?
If I have any ability left in me, you will never see me again.
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about the.
You will never see me again until the day that you die.
Oh man, will you say, "Oh hey, Ellery, great job defeating all my siblings. I'm glad the world was such a better place with y'all in it. Good to see you again. It's been 70 years since I last saw you. Will you remember us?"
That is a good point. If you don't die to my siblings, I will be there on the day that you die.
If we die to your siblings, then what happens?
I will not be there to witness it.
Why
come?
not? Do we die different?
Because I must hide from them too.
Oh.
Because you entered a pact with us, and that seems like a bit.
They will not be able to strike me directly, but they will not cease to hunt me indirectly.
That's fair. Seems like a pain in the butt. Princess.
I know little of her weaknesses. This is her intent. However, all demons share a pact with the Princess of Darkness. It is the power that has put her there. Both that she has power over others, and that she is in the power of so many others. If there is a way to exploit her, it will be through the deals that she has made and the rules she must abide. If you can get her to violate those rules, she will be undone.
Do you know
Well?
anything of the deals that she's made with the other greater demons?
I know only the deal that she made with me. A deal that I think will be quite difficult for you to exploit. Her deal with me was that she would give me protection over the Path of Bones, and that she would let me come here, and she would allow me the latitude to do as I wished on this plane. In exchange, it was these claws that bore through the first cracks on the demon stone. It was my own will that I sacrificed to open this place for her. It is power and strength that has been sapped from me forever within the silver. But I gave it to be here. But I gave it, and she did not. In this very deal, we honor the agreement I made with her, for it has been my latitude to do so.
And so, if she gave you protection during the Path of Bones, and for the ability to do as you wish here, if she were to somehow violate that...
If she moved against me,
That's what
that may be a violation of the pact, but I don't think you will convince her to do so.
Oh, I don't think so either. But at least it gives me a pattern of what the other deals might be.
I know the other of my siblings, so to speak, have sworn fealty to her in their agreements. They must continue to aid her in her conquest, something I was not willing to give.
Okay, well then, that's how we beat her. We find out her packs and exploit them. Very easy, maybe. Probably not. Now, real quick question. I am no longer bound by you. Amelia is no longer bound by you. No one is bound by you anymore. Am I understanding that correctly? As was part of the bargain, free us and free me, Amelia, and anyone bound by that specific magic and never use it again.
In the agreement that we struck, you did not say that I could not use it again.
I did say. Run the tapes.
Roll it back, baby.
Roll
it back.
Roll the tapes. I absolutely did.
I 100% assure you intended to. And I 100% assure you did not.
He said for as long as you're on this plane.
He did.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Yeah.
You said release the people who are currently under your control. You forgot to say the part about not using it again.
I swear to God I didn't.
It's recorded, babe. Buckle up.
Check. Yeah, you run the tapes. Fucking give me run.
I will.
Ooh, okay.
I have released everyone that I was holding. I also cannot do this thing without harming someone first. And so by that, my ability to influence the touched is gone. Though it may not be the last creature I control, the creature will not be of the touched, as per our arrangement.
Understood.
Because I cannot enter what I have not opened.
And thus, also by the same agreement, you couldn't use a creature like that to harm the touch, because it would break the first part of the pact.
Correct.
Well, okay.
You did good, Belroth.
I tried. I'm pretty sure I said that, but that's fine. We'll find out.
I can't wait.
Seemed to work
I can't
out.
wait till you listen back and you go, fuck. You're very stressed. I don't blame you.
I was like pretty sure. And then you gave us the advice, and then you ignore the Prince of Darkness's call, Princess of Darkness, which you already were going to anyways, but still, now you definitely
not.
can't.
if you do not make this deal, and we part ways here a different way other than one of us being completely destroyed, I likely would have joined her side, as that would have provided me the best opportunities to survive.
That makes sense.
You have given me another option. One I am willing, though slightly hesitant to take, though I have done so. Don't fail. Because if you fail, and she takes over, this will not end well for me. But I have done what I can for you, and now you will not see me again until the end. He just sort of melts back into the shadows.
Bye, Midnight Star.
Goodbye, Death.
Goodbye, Soul Eater.
Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends, tell your family, let people know, word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.
Serious business.